I'd like to thank my fans and my mom and dad.
Your brother.
Yes, my mom and dad and my fans.
Known for its sunny skies and star-studded nights, Los Angeles is the place to spot actors and actresses, and we'll visit their most famous spots.
Try one of these legendary Pink's hot dogs.
Bill Cosby or John Malkovich.
Get a behind-the-scenes glimpse into movie and television magic.
We're here at Nickelodeon Animation Studios, where they draw and animate our favorite TV shows.
And even interview one very outspoken star.
What was your favorite movie you've ever been in?
And find out about our unique accommodation where we get to stay in a local home. Plus, find out what the locals do for fun in
Travel with Kids LA! I'm Nathan. And I'm Seamus.
And we're Mom and Dad.
We're traveling around the world discovering amazing countries, new cultures, and really wild experiences together.
Come along with us as we learn all about our planet and about being together as a family.
As we discover the wonders of the world, the wonders of nature, and sometimes wonder, what were we thinking in Travel with Kids?
When founded as El Pueblo de Nuestra Señora la Reina de Los Angeles de Porciúncula, or Town of Our Lady of the Queen of the Angels of the Small Portion, in 1781, it had a population of just over 40 people. Today, Los Angeles weighs in at just under 4 million, making it the second most populated city in the United States. Although manufacturing is the biggest industry here, Los Angeles is much better known for its blockbuster movies and television shows. Thought by many to be the world's entertainment center, hundreds of TV shows and films are shot on location in the City of Angels, and many of these shows are shot right here at
Universal Studios Hollywood!
home to flashy opening night events, live movie and television sets on their backlot,
Stars all over Universal Studios. See you at showtime.
and lots of kid-friendly fun. Universal Studios is a must on any family trip to Los Angeles.
In the early 1900s, Universal purchased a ranch outside of Los Angeles and began plans to build the biggest outdoor movie studio in the world. To make sure that many films could be made there, designers built each building with numerous facades and landscaping to fit different movie themes. And the studio tour is still one of the main attractions at Universal City today.
We hop on board the tram for a look at what shows are being filmed in the backlot today.
Front door, right-hand side, you'll see stage 28. It was constructed to house the elaborate Paris Opera House set.
And you can still get the idea behind the flexible construction, with one street being straight out of New York and the next one looking like a Western.
It's so cool how it can go from an old west town to modern suburbs to New York to London to underwater. So this is the back of a building that's in TV shows, so it looks like a building in the front, but then once they go through the door in the back, it's just scaffolding.
And they learn about how Hollywood creates other special effects.
It's showing us the special effects that go with the movies, like rain and lightning. So this is the second special effects studio, and this is rain, lightning, and floods.
Don't put them on yet.
We're going into Skull Island to see King Kong.
The tram drives into a building for a 360-degree 3D film. Warning, this part of the tram tour can be a little intense for little ones.
Look at that TV.
And we even get to spot some stars out here on the backlot, including one you wouldn't really want to bring home to Mother.
The Bates Motel and the Psycho House.
The special effects and bumpy parts of the tram ride was really fun. The kids want to see how the effects are incorporated into a live stage with actors and stuntmen. So we head over to Universal's show, Waterworld. The show is packed with powerful explosions, high-speed racing, and high-flying stunts.
See how high that splash went? All the way up to the top.
Based on a movie of the same name, it has a suspenseful plot that keeps the kids on edge of their seats and ends with one of the biggest stunts I've ever seen. After the show, one of the actors tells us about how the stunts work.
They're going to hook that rope up to the plane, tow it all the way across the lagoon. That crane's going to come down and pick it up, set it right back on top of that hydraulic catapult. When they do that, it comes all the way back and then it launches. I'll be on the peninsula during that effect, and actually, I love just watching it fly. Like, there's days that it just looks like it just takes off forever.
And now the kids are ready for some high-flying fun of their own, so we head to Universal's lower level for some adrenaline-pumping rides. It can get really crowded here, especially in summer, but Universal Studios Hollywood has a remedy for that.
This front of the line pass gets you past a huge chunk of the line without a wait.
There may be some waiting, but it does allow you to bypass much of the line, leaving more time for rides.
And a T-Rex behind it, and we were going and I didn't see it, and it came out and went roar. And then we went...
One of the cool things about Universal Studios Hollywood is the characters walking around like they're on a break from filming.
That's Beetlejuice!
Hey, how's it going? Hope you're having a great day.
And who knows, you may just see a star here. But one way to ensure that sighting is at Universal's Animal Actors, where the kids meet the star of Marley and Me.
What was your favorite movie you've ever been in?
What was it like working with Jennifer Anderson? Jennifer Anderson?
We stick around to watch him and other real Hollywood animal stars perform. The kids even get in on the action.
Arizona, man. Welcome to Hollywood, Nathan. Have a seat in this chair. You're going to be playing our actor.
And the trainer proves he can train anybody, even a 12-year-old boy.
Give your fans a big wave. Nice. Nathan, take a bow. Sit. Good boy, you're well trained. There's your treat.
Let's see if he has as much luck with Seamus.
Seamus, where are you from?
Arizona.
Arizona. You guys must know each other. All right, come on over here, Seamus. You're going to help us out in the next segment. Oftentimes on set, directors need our animals to do things that they've never done before. Perhaps go up, over, around, or through something they've never seen. To be cheering on Brutus. You might recognize Brutus from his role in the film Treasure Buddies. So anytime I say lights, camera, action, you guys need to make as much noise as possible. Cheer him on. That's lights, camera, action! Ring the bell. You gotta ring it all the way. There you go.
And he shows us how animals don't always cooperate. And the animals storm the stage, chased by trainers for a little controlled chaos to end the show.
What's the hardest animal that you've ever had to train?
The smarter the animal or the more intelligent tends to be a little bit more challenging because they figure out how to cheat. So if you train them a behavior, then they realize how they can get away with doing it a little less and not quite as efficiently. Whereas the guinea pigs took a long time to train, but they're a creature of habit, so they'll run that pattern all day long.
He emphasizes that it's not that the animals are bred for this. In fact, most of the animals you meet in the show came from rescues and shelters.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
After a long, action-packed day, we head back to where we're staying at Redondo Beach. And we're happy to have an entire house to spread out and relax in. We're staying in a local neighborhood home through a program called Home Exchange, where thousands of people exchange homes for vacations. So instead of staying in a hotel or having to rent 2 hotel rooms for larger families, we have a home in a local neighborhood with a full kitchen and all the comforts and privacy of a house. This unique way of traveling means we can trade homes with families all around the world and immerse in their local culture. This is a new way of traveling for us, so we asked the owner of Home Exchange, Ed Cushions, a few questions about how it all started.
In 1992, I actually did a home exchange with my kids. Had such a great time. I wanted to share it with other people. So I started a little club at that time to do just that, and it grew into a real business.
Mexico, Playa del Carmen. Today, the HomeExchange.com network has 46,000 homes in 147 countries. That means we can trade homes with families all around the world and immerse in their local culture. We have a nice large place with plenty of room for the whole family.
Traveling by home exchange means when you get someplace, you've got a kitchen, everyone's got their own bedroom. When you have a long day sightseeing, instead of coming back to a cramped hotel room, everybody gets to spread out.
And it's so great for kids to experience firsthand how people live in different countries or even different parts of the States.
It's a great opportunity for your kids to not only see an area as a local sees it, but actually meet and play with kids their age.
And tonight, our kids get to experience the California lifestyle as they head to the beach with neighborhood kids they met. And we sit by the fire watching the sunset and chatting with the neighbors. One of the cool things about Home Exchange is you get to meet the people either through email or phone calls or even Skype before you stay or before they stay in your house. We get to Skype with the family whose home we're staying in, and the kids get to meet other neighborhood kids and learn about what toys, games, other things that they have in the home, so they know all the cool kid stuff when we get there. After an easy breakfast to start the day, just like at home, the kids are eager to get more behind-the-scenes info on how television shows and movies are made. So we're heading over to Nickelodeon Animation Studios. But first, we want to get an idea of what local families do on weekends, so we head to Los Angeles Farmers Market. Started in 1934, when farmers parked their trucks full of fresh vegetables and fruit on this land, Los Angeles Farmers Market is dubbed as the original farmers market. And today, it's a popular place to spend weekend mornings stocking up on fresh foods,
Papaya. It's like the size of my face.
having a leisurely breakfast or lunch at one of the many cafes and trucks,
There's all these kinds of food trucks. Taco truck. Taco.
and star spotting. Although the only stars we spot this morning are the kind you eat.
After breakfast, we head to another place that has a long history in Los Angeles, the Brea Tar Pits, where ancient goo actually bubbles up from the ground.
The place where the tar is spreading around this whole town, this whole area, and it's just coming up in random spots.
Allowing the kids to actually touch it. But it's very sticky and very difficult to get off. If your kids decide to do this, well, it's going to take a lot of scrubbing with water, soap, and possibly a de-gooing solution.
This is real tar. It's kind of like pudding, but it's thicker, like fudge.
I have dinosaurs on my hands.
Dinosaurs!
Well, they have found lots of Ice Age fossils, millions of fossils covering over 600 species to be exact, but no dinosaurs. Fossils include those from the dire wolf, saber-toothed tiger, ground sloth, and more.
And the red flag is the Harlan's ground sloth, like hip, and it's right there.
Here, look, they have like chisels and shovels and stuff down there.
You can see where the excavation is still taking place at Project 23 and Pit 91.
Pit 91 was made in 1915 when this was called Hancock Park, and it was just a small hole in the ground.
Teeth, little teeth, skull fragments, bird bones, insect parts, shells, plant material.
There's all kinds of animals just in this pit. There's jaguars, wolves, sloths, horses, and that's just right here.
And you can just imagine what LA used to look like.
Blue flag that's a western horse. Where that orange flag that's a hip of a Hartman's ground sloth.
Moving forward in history to another place LA families like to spend time, the California Science Center, where something a bit more futuristic awaits us. The kids enjoy the aquarium.
There's a big eel in the kelp and a big bass right there.
It's a sea star that's eating like something. But how it eats is it actually throws its stomach outside of the body and wraps it around the fish and pulls it back in.
And exhibits.
It's showing you what it's like to be a barnacle and catch your food.
But something out of this world is waiting just around the corner.
Actually been in space?
This thing went to space 25 times. Yeah.
And spent 299 days in space before parading through the streets of Los Angeles to its new home here at the California Space Center. And we're all amazed by the size of the space shuttle this close up.
I didn't realize how big it was.
No, these are like flaps on the plane.
These tires flew into space on Endeavor's final flight.
Although learning about the space shuttle and seeing it this close is amazing, and outer space is always fascinating for the kids and all of us, we've got a date with some people who our kids think are out of this world.
Starting with production of such animated series as Doug and Rugrats in the early 1990s, Nickelodeon Animation Studios has been drawing its way into the hearts of children and adults for decades.
Like Fairly Odd Parents,
Or SpongeBob.
and Danny Phantom.
And the kids are excited to see how those shows are made. So we start with a look behind one of Nickelodeon's newest hits, Sanjay and Craig, where creator Jay Howell gives them an overview of the process.
Hi, I'm Jay. How you doing? It's my job to make sure that all the art looks good. I'm the art director. So you can take like an image like this, say, right? It will open in Photoshop here. So then we'll make a new layer. Take your pen and draw directly on it.
It's a touch screen.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah. Then you can change the size of the brush, you can change the colors, you can go crazy. Yeah, give it a try. Oh, yeah, making her eyes redder. I should have done that.
And once the rough pictures are drawn, they're sent to a different department for coloring.
We get the layouts handed to us, so all these black lines that you see on here are already drawn. And then we take color and texture and we'll paint the backgrounds. We'll build layers on top of that, so then we'll end up with something more like this.
But he says on this particular show, there's another way they do things. The pre-computer way. It's old school, baby.
So what would this like background be in?
We'll add this to a scene where there's a character close-up if there's some kind of shocking moment.
They actually use paper and paint to create the scene.
With real paint builds up a nice layer of texture and it has a nice charm to it. And kind of make things fuzz out. And it's not super important that we control every part of it. Part of the fun is that it goes where it wants to go.
And when asked which he likes better,
Like real paint or on the computer?
I like both of them. Painting in real paint feels really nice, but there's no substitute for the computer when it comes to flexibility and speed.
it can be a long process. Painting the backgrounds of one episode can take about a week. But what about putting in the movement?
Say that the camera view is moving down. Would you have to do slide after slide after slide like a flip book?
We could approach it that way, or sometimes we'll just give them enough of a file size, a giant file, so that they can do a truck in with the camera.
Trucking in is like zooming in on the picture to make it look like it's moving. But before any of that can begin, they need a voice track. That's the audio you hear when the characters talk. And since there are no actors here today, they let the boys take a crack at it.
Show name, and then I'll say this will be take one.
Should I say like engage or engage?
Play that engage like you're like special forces military guy or something like that. And here we go, we're rolling.
Your mom is gone. Let's move in. High stakes, high five. Nurse, you gotta help me. I was bitten by a radioactive snake. Look, I'm even growing a tail.
So that is how we do it.
Cool.
Pretty cool? Yeah? Right on, you guys are like pros.
Then that voice track, along with the colored pictures, is sent to animation, where they add the movement to connect all the pictures together. They also add other sounds, and the kids are amazed by what they hear in that library.
They give it to me, and what I do is I put it together as a video. So I make it move, and I add all these sound effects to it, and kind of add the dialogue, all the audio with it. We have kind of a library of all these sounds. So
But wait until the boys hear the most requested sound for this show.
We're here with Butch Hartman, the creator of Fairly Odd Parents and Tough Puppy, and Danny Phantom.
Yes, they got them all.
How did you get started doing cartoons?
So I started drawing when I was a little kid, and I wanted to do it for a living when I grew up. So I kept practicing and drawing and coming up with my own shows, and finally decided I would become a cartoon creator. And then I came up with a show idea for Nickelodeon, and I walked in and told them about it, and they bought it from me. And now here I am, 12 years later, making this show.
How did you come up with the idea for Fairly Odd Parents?
And I thought it'd be kind of fun to be the star of my show.
Mhm.
Then I decided to give him a fairy godmother, drew Wanda, and I'd never seen a fairy godfather before, so I came up with this guy, Cosmo.
Can you put a character's name, Seamus, in it?
I probably could. I should, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, Seamus is a good name.
Jorgen.
Jorgen?
Yes.
Yes, I can. Ready? I had to start off at the top of the page because he's got a very large body. He's a very strong character. And you must give a lot of room for his muscles. Hey guys, it's been great. Thanks for coming over here to Nickelodeon, checking out Fairly Odd Parents. I hope you guys have a great tour. Nice to meet you guys. Give me one of these. Bam. Whoa, look what I did.
The kids ride around the neighborhood. This home exchange came with bikes for us to use. And we end our day relaxing in the beach towns LA is also famous for.
We ride bikes down to a street festival in Hermosa Beach and then watch the sunset over Redondo Beach Pier.
So now that we have a good idea of how movies are made, we're heading out to spot some stars in Hollywood. Our first stop is where many Hollywood stars are often spotted scarfing away. Pink's Hot Dogs. But evidently someone tipped them off to our star status arrival, or planet status, or maybe just a meteorite, maybe, status. But either way, we're treated to superstar treatments.
Pink's loves trouble with kids. That's awesome.
One of the owners of Pink's, Gloria Pink, tells us about the history of the restaurant.
It started in 1939 when hot dogs were 10 cents, drinks were 5 cents, and we had curb service. But then we got more and more popular and busier.
Who was the first famous person to come in here?
Way before your time, Jerry Lewis used to come here, and he still does today. And of course, Bill Cosby.
And she tells the kids about some more recent celebrity clients.
Jason Alexander from Seinfeld. There's a singer named Pink. We served Pink's hot dogs to Pink. She rented out a roller skating rink, and she's a vegetarian, so we served veggie Pink hot dogs to Pink.
How did it go from just a regular hot dog restaurant to everyone coming here saying, oh, that's where the famous people go?
Celebrities or people who wanted to be stars would come and they would just tack their picture up on the wall and hope to be discovered. And then little by little, more and more famous people came here, and it's all about the food. First and foremost, the food is great. If that weren't great, we wouldn't get the celebrities coming.
After relishing, excuse the pun, in the spotlight for a few minutes, they head out to a table where they've set up a variety of hot dog ingredients for us to make our own custom dogs.
Well, we have over 35 different varieties of hot dogs.
All right, I'm going to try one of these legendary Pink's hot dogs.
Today we're gonna make hot dogs and pinks. Bringing in our new guest, Nathan Simmons, to the stage. So what would you like to put in your hot dog, Nathan?
Everything.
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 Okay, so we got bacon.
Bacon.
Try bacon.
Try.
Tastes like bacon.
It does. It does.
And we have onions.
Try an onion. They're onions. Spicy.
And try cheese to cool it down.
Okay.
And then try pit.
That's good.
Relish.
Some good relish. And this is chili, but
yes,
we don't
yeah.
want to lick off the spoon.
Yeah, and guacamole, yeah.
And guac.
Since it's chili cheese, do I want to get creative and make cheese chili dog?
Oh, it's good. It's really, really good.
And after lunch, we all get a big surprise with a very special big hot dog treat to commemorate our visit.
I just ordered the world famous jumbo hot dog. I'm kidding. It's a giant hot dog cake. It's made out of coconut and caramel and marshmallows and frosting. Can't wait to eat it. This is my dream. This is the right show, right? Boy versus food, right?
Oh jeez, Pinks is awesome. Yummy.
With a belly full of famous hot dogs and hot dog-shaped cake, it's time to walk off some of those calories now along Hollywood's Walk of Fame. The kids like watching the street performers.
No smoke, no mirrors, no little men hiding anywhere.
And looking for stars, along the street that is. Hollywood Boulevard is lined with names of movie stars, and in the center of all the action is Grumman's Chinese Theater, where visitors can literally walk in the footsteps of their favorite movie stars.
Look at my feet. This is Steven Spielberg's feet. Tom Hanks is over there.
We visit the Hollywood Museum, where the Director of Operations, Steve Nickelmore, tells us about the treasures.
Over 100 years of memorabilia on 4 floors.
And walks us through some of the rooms where the boys find out the history behind the famous Hollywood sign.
Hollywood Land.
And it was to advertise the homes. It was bought a home in Hollywood Land.
And spot some famous stars.
They have lots of cool things here at the Hollywood Museum, like props and wands from Harry Potter. And Expelliarmus! This is Mike and Sully from Monsters Incorporated. Before you could be able to make movies on your phone or tablet, you actually had to put this weird thing called film into a movie-ola. You actually had to press buttons that aren't touchscreens. Sounds like a lot of work.
As well as photographs, scripts, and...
The Hollywood Museum has the largest collection of autographs in the world. They don't have mine.
Oh, someone's being a diva.
And the Oscar goes to Seamus Simmons.
And as happens in the awards ceremony, when you give him the stage, he goes on and on and on and...
Well, I'd like to thank my fans and my mom and dad.
Your brother.
Oh yes, my mom and dad and my fans.
Your brother.
What? Your brother. And my fans and my family and friends and cousins.
Oh boy, we could be here all night. Cue music.
He also forgot brother, guys.
No, I didn't.
And